It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. Well, they'll be led out by a man who needs no introduction. One of the most exciting players in all the sports. Now in his 6th season out of Texas A&M, Patrick Mahomes.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mahomes going to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I'm thinking the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll get it inside the 35. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Mahomes now to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Antonio Gibson with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are on the board first here this afternoon. A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to his knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And here's Russell Wilson, 11th season in the league. First, of course, with Denver after a high-profile trade this offseason that saw him dealt from Seattle. They're going to start to drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 carries, 66 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Now on is the punter long here as he sends this one away. Hines now on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 44, Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's more. And not much happening there. He's taken down by a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And Cooks has it over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. A give up the middle to Gibson. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll run with Gibson. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Panthers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They're giving some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Again, Wilson. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Wilson. This is caught by Hilton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He's got it. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll run with Patterson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cordero Patterson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are back within a score. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 42 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. On first down, Mahomes. They'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes, he gets it to Cooks. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes.
He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. To throw again on second down, Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
Nifty move, and he'll be out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Cooks, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And it's now 21-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off.
Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Getting set to go again here on offense. Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route-running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give him another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wilson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. Back to Gibson, and another catch for him. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing is Mahomes on third. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 37. Play action. Now Wilson. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. John Ross. 63 yards. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it first and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Mahomes now to throw. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
So the incompletion, and now it's second and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a third and 3.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be real careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Throwing is Wilson. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On third down, Wilson. He finds his target, Allen. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now it's Wilson.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Trey Hendrickson. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 7 yards and a Panther first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
From the 29, Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Folk connects on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And he returns this to the 22. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Leonard Floyd buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
Oh, good move. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but They certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Trey Hendrickson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Wilson.
And that one on the money to Claypool downfield.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Now Wilson on 1st down. Open man is Goddard, the tight end.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Chase Claypool, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
74 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. John Ross. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Wilson going to throw for it. And this is caught. They got him. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets him back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And no thought of a return here for Hines. Carolina getting set to take the field. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one 28 yards on the ground. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll go again with Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Here's a give to Gibson. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation. Right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So for Carolina, the win moves them to 3-9 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it's a disappointing way to lose your first game as they drop to 10-1 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.